Welcome to HideOut Youth Zone podcast.
HideOut Youth Zone podcast.
Hello and welcome to HideOut Youth Zone podcast.
Hello and welcome to HideOut Youth Zone podcast, where we share our voices with you.
Hello and welcome to HideOut Youth Zone podcast. Today's podcast is all around mental health. Today is World Mental Health Day, and we're going to discuss with some of our young people in the youth zone what they think mental health is.
Mental health is like something that affects your mind in like a good way. No, I mean a bad way, but sometimes a good way.
Yeah, there is good mental health and bad mental health.
It's a hard question to answer because it's defined in multiple different ways, because you can have good mental health and bad mental health.
Absolutely.
So like types of mental health that are bad, well, that could affect you, like schizophrenia, autism, anxiety, depression, but then they could also be good as well, because they could make you think something and stop being being affected by it. You could get used to it.
Who do you think has mental health?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone, any age, any gender, anything.
Any age, any gender. What about good or bad mental health?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Because it affects everyone in different ways as well.
Yeah.
I feel that mental health is how you're feeling on the inside, and it may not be feelings you want to share or that you want to tell people about, but it may be how you don't feel okay, or just like stuff like that, or like how you feel on the inside. I feel it is.
Mental health to me is like how someone feels like on a daily, like if they're stressed or upset or if they're happy. I think that's like personally someone's mental health, and like some people have good mental health, but then some people do struggle with mental health, which is like a big problem.
So what helps maintain good mental health for you?
Yeah, you have to stay positive, and then to be positive you have to be happy, you have to eat good, and you just have to live your life, because you only live once.
Yeah, Mum. So what else, when you say be happy, how do you be happy? What do you do to, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Going out with people and that, seeing people that I like and that, because if you go around people that are bad influences and that, then you're not going to be yourself.
Absolutely.
You're gonna start acting random, different and that.
So what else do you do? So you said eat good, be around good people. What about like activeness? What do you do?
You just have to stay fit and go for walks at like 8 o'clock at the night and that, and then it just clears your head and that.
I think the things that help mental health are when you have someone to speak to, like so you don't feel alone and someone is actually listening to you. I think that's very important. And I think also having friends around you, because, like, again, it's not only bad to know that you're alone, to also feel alone.
I think like relaxation is a good one, or like trying to take your mind off the situation that's making you feel stressed, because the more you focus on it, the more it's going to eat you up, like more it's going to take over your mind and going to make you more upset. So like relaxation and clearing your mind is a good one.
So what would I do to relax? Because sometimes if my mind's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour and I can't necessarily control my mind, what kind of things do you do to relax?
Like meditation. So like in HideOut, like when you go into the sensory room, it's like Mina, she reads out all these different things, and that helps you like take your mind to a different place and like think of a calming space for you, and like make yourself feel better about yourself, and that helps calm down and take out all the thoughts.
Brilliant. I really love that. I love the fact you picked up Mina as well. Always big up Mina. I obviously I'm a singer and I make music, and that's one way that I help to control my mental health, be it bad or good. It helps me to understand it, because I write about how I feel. You also play some instruments, don't you? How do you feel? Does that help your mental health? Music, listening and creating?
Creating and listening, but especially like creating it, because it kind of takes your mind off. And I understand songwriting, because songwriting, you can kind of pour your heart out to a song, and it makes you feel just like lets out all your emotions, and you can put all your emotions into that one song, which can like help you. Also playing like guitar or bass you can put out all your energy and all your feelings into that instrument, which can help you just take out all the thoughts you're thinking and help you undress yourself.
What helps my mental health is being out with friends, getting my mind off stuff.
I play sports.
Okay, that's great. So active, exercise.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel after you've just like played a game of football?
Energetic.
Nice. Does it take things away from how you're feeling in your mind sometimes?
Sometimes. Because I'm playing football, I forget about something.
I like exercise, like sports, I like football, maybe basketball and badminton. Makes you feel freedom, makes you feel like happy and like clear your mind.
So what types of mental health conditions are there that you know?
Yeah, the main mental health disorder that I know is anxiety. The first one I do want to talk about is social anxiety, because I have that myself, but it's not the type that everyone thinks of. Like, I have days where I can talk to people, I can go up to new people, make friends, talk to them and go out with them. But other days, I just want to sit down, not talk to anyone. I can't always go into another room with people. I just want to not talk to anyone. I also don't like meeting new people and going out new places. It stresses me out. It stops me from some things, but I don't let that override how I am. And also anxiety, which I do have myself. And that stops me doing everyday life. If I'm going somewhere new, for example, when HideOut first opened, I didn't want to come to HideOut because I didn't know anyone there. I thought people were going to judge me, which sometimes I still think it's going to happen, but I don't let that judge me anymore because I have made a big group of friends here, which I'm very grateful for, because they help me calm down, and the same with some of the staff members. But anxiety does overcome you sometimes because it doesn't always let you do the things you want to do.
So what do you do to overcome that? What turns that necessarily bad mental health into good mental health? What do you do to overcome your anxiety?
Sometimes I like drawing with music on, very old-fashioned music, because it...
What's old-fashioned music to you?
I like listening to some of the 80s.
Okay.
And some of the thousands music.
Anyone from the thousands, we are now considered old-fashioned.
I don't know, I just class that as old-fashioned. I like listening to that while drawing, some things that I like. So I've tried drawing my friends once, but it didn't work very well. But I still like trying to do it because it's an aim for me.
Yeah, brilliant. Creativity, it's,
yeah,
putting all them feelings and all them thoughts into something, and you're creating something. So you're almost transferring that energy of maybe a negative feeling into something that's could be beautiful. It could be, it could look like an absolute mess, like you said. I don't necessarily do it right, but it doesn't matter because you're still transferring that energy.
I also like going on long walks. I'll either go out with my dog, take her on an hour walk, or I'll go out with some of my friends and go out with my boyfriend. Just go out long walks, have a deep talk, just chill. That's what I mainly do.
The main one I know is probably eating disorders. But the bad thing about eating disorders is that people only know about, some people only care and know about the one where you don't eat at all. But there's other types of one, you can binge eat or eat too healthy or eat too unhealthy. And so I think they should get talked about more.
Can you name any types of mental health?
Depression. Depression is the ultimate of sadness, if you want to talk about it like that. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's maybe lack of care from yourself and other people around you.
I think also when you do suffer with depression, it's hard to explain where the source actually comes from, so sometimes you don't even know yourself. What do you think someone who struggles with depression would do to turn that negativity into something positive and overall get good mental health?
Probably just start giving yourself that motivation in ways that you like that, in ways that you would like to do that.
Look out for the next HideOut Youth Zone podcast, where the young people share their voices on important issues. Thanks for tuning in.